hardest part is growing up. Of course, I'm 63 and I'm still trying to grow up. But it's a little less traumatic than it was when I was a teenager. And back when I was 17, I ran away to Greenwich Village. And in '68, not many people tried to, being a rock musician wasn't a career choice in Middle America. So I thought I better be able to support myself and not burden my parents with that. And of course, dumb idea running away from home with no information and thinking you're not going to burden your parents, right? But anyway, I was living in the street in Greenwich Village for a while. It's actually not that big of a tale because I only lasted 8 days and I crawled home from But I was with some runaways, and it was like the fall, so it was warm during the day and quite cold at night. And back then there were no cell phones; there were yellow pages, the big phone books, which there still are. But I look up record companies, and I take the subway, and I walk in and ask for a job. And they all looked at me like I was crazy, and I really didn't bring much to the table. I was just confusing a love and desperation for something I wanted to do with being good at it. That's why I like American Idol and British Got Talent. So one day I was on the 10th floor of Columbia Records, and the A&R man had a little chat with me and got a kick out of me. He said, "There's no work here for you. Security will escort you out," which they were. And it blew my mind because coming down the hall was the great Sly Stone, Sly and Family Stone, one of my musical heroes. Of course, at the time he was roaring at the top of the charts with beautiful music. And he had one of the first 10-speed bikes, those lightweight bikes with all the gears, which was a new thing at that time. And he saw the security taking this, waif-like runaway kid, and he stopped and he asked what the story was, and I explained that I was a young musician. I just hit the road. I didn't know what I was doing. I was looking for a job, and they were escorting me out. And I was blown away. He was talking to me. He said, "Well, where are you staying?" I'm saying, "I'm nowhere. I'm staying in the street with some runaways down in St. Mark's Place, right around the corner from the Fillmore East." And it blew my mind because Sly Stone said, "Well, look, I'm at the Gramercy. This is my room number. If you need a place to stay tonight, don't stay in the street. You can stay in my place." So that night, sure enough, about midnight, I got cold and worked up the courage to go to this place, knock on the door, and sure enough, Sly answered. There was this roaring kind of pre-disco party with dancing, booze. Everyone was having fun, and he just said, "Come on in, make yourself at home." And I was so exhausted, I found a corner and I curled up and I actually passed out. And when I came to in the morning, there was like 30 people just passed out, unconscious all over the room. And I realized I had a night's sleep. I didn't know where Sly was, but I left myself out. And I just always, was amazed what a kind gesture to make to a stranger at that point. And, if you're lucky, you run into some of those kind of people, and inevitably you run into a lot of, rough stuff. And so hats off to all you young people out there taking that journey. I'm still taking it, but it's not so rough. I've been blessed with a lot of good stuff too. And, keep at it. There's a song for you. It's called Walking Nerve.